Next, we're going to go into a controlled articular rotation from a seated position. Really love this one because you can do it while you're at your office job. You can do it while you're at your desk. Really simple to get in. If you don't have a ball like this, don't worry. You can just use a rolled up blanket, a pillow, a yoga block, or even just crossing your arms to give yourself some sort of tension. But we have the ball, so I'm going to use it. So what you're going to do is you're going to come into this seated position, and you want the legs to be just a little bit wider than normal. The main thing is you want to be on the fronts of those sit bones, so move to the edge of your seat. Okay? You don't want to be folded back onto the backs of the bones. As you rock forward, you'll feel them. And you want to be on the fronts. Okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this ball like so, and we're going to come into thoracic flexion, keep the chin pushed back, and the head doesn't move around. Now this is where we can squeeze the ball to help us create tension through the front line and stretching through the back line. So you don't want to see the low back moving, the low back's engaged still. And then we just rotate, making sure the hips or the knees aren't moving. Those are our indicators. And as we rotate, we're starting to come up, but continue to rotate as far as you can. Notice how my head, as I come to the top, it doesn't start to come up. I'm moving through the upper back, not the neck. Nice and slow, big circle. Rather see you do 1 excellent rep than 5 not so good ones. Here, pulling down. Good, and we'd switch directions. Let's say you didn't have a ball. Doesn't matter, same kind of deal. Here, we just switch directions. Our tension now comes from our elbows. Rotating up. As long as that low back isn't moving and the neck's not moving, we're focusing directly on the upper spine, trying to pull into extension. Down and around. Okay. That's a full car. Now you could break that down in chunks if you have issues with the spine moving through that range. You can break it down into segments. So you could be tall, you could practice pulling into flexion. Don't want to lose this though. And using your exhales to create more tension. As you exhale, the ribs move down and backwards, allowing you to round. Maybe we pause here for 20 seconds, do a low level isometric. And then as we come up, we think about scooting the belly button forward first. And then we're pulling up 1 segment at a time. You should feel the sides of your back really activating bit by bit as we pull into this extended position, making sure we don't use the neck and we don't lift the shoulders. Once you get there, exhale hard and turn on those lower abdominals if they're not already, making sure that we can feel that we're extending through the back, but we're also still engaging our core as opposed to just letting it go. Okay, so the core's on, belly button's in, and we're just practicing this isometric hold in the extended position. Okay. 10 to 30 seconds in each position is an awesome way to make sure that you know what those positions feel like, so that when you're moving through them in your spine car, you know how to hit them. Try that the next time you're sitting.